Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing good today. So we're going to be turning up one of the holiday glitter pens today. So let's show you guys what the results are real quick from the casting on Wednesday. So we got some mixed ones. These ones are looking pretty bright and cool. I didn't do a very great job estimating the half and halves, but whatever. These are pretty cool. I think that they would make some pretty cool pens. Interesting stuff. Now, one thing to note, you know, all you can see is the outside, and so there might be some areas where kind of the green is on the outside, but it on these layered ones, it's more likely that it's red green the whole way through. So once you turn into these things, but you can see here there's like kind of a trail. So just a note about that. Yeah, I didn't do a very good job with the red and green half and half, but that's okay. Probably easier in a PVC pipe, actually, if you're going to do half and half. It's a little bit harder to see down into a silicone mold, you know, like this. Trying to guesstimate where half is a little tougher. Much easier to just do it in a PVC pipe. But I like these Gatling molds. I think they work pretty good. And we got some of I forget what the name of this mix is, but it's just red and green mixed together. And those are pretty fun, actually. These are so easy to make, too, because it's already mixed. You don't have to worry about, you know, estimating and pouring different things. You just dump it in. So we got I decided to go with one of these guys. I had more of those. So we're going to turn one of them up and see how it goes. Now, one thing I want to note, I don't know how this happened. So I did not get these, let's see, there we go. You can probably tell that the holes are not particularly centered on these. And I was like, oh, whoops. So I had to completely replace all the electronics in my drill press because it all went out. And I thought that I set up the vise thing correctly, but I guess not. So, and then I actually did set it up and still didn't get it centered. So, you know, with these round blanks, it's so much easier just to go for the drill or the lathe. The other thing that might have happened is I was using just my normal, drill vise that it's just kind of got two kind of bird's mouth type things, little 90 degree angle things that hold it. And, that might have kind of tweaked it or something. I don't know. I have no clue what I did, but I think that we should still be able to get through it. If you drill something off center, the only thing is you got to make sure that, on the end, the bushing isn't hanging off the edge of your blank. If that's the case, then the blank is screwed because you're not going to be able to actually meet up, with the components. It's going to be inside there. So we should be good. We might have to turn these a little bit thin, but thinner than I normally do, but that's okay. And then for the pen kit, I decided to go with the Junior George Antique Brass. I thought this would look pretty good. And this is one of my favorite pen kits, the George, Junior George in general. So it's a pretty nice looking kit. It doesn't pick up any fingerprints because it's got that kind of antique plating on it. I like the silver one. That's actually what I use pretty much kind of, as my pen. But the antique brass, I think it's going to go pretty good with our blanks here. I think that'll kind of be a good match. Nice kind of, I don't know what the word is, but I think it'll look kind of, respectable. Something. So, and again, this is a junior rollerball kit. And I have links to the kit and, like the tools that I'm going to be using today and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff's linked down below. But before we begin turning, I have a big reminder kind of announcement. If you don't know, the Ornament Challenge auctions are live. And I kind of missed the ball on this. I meant to I missed the winners live stream and all that stuff. Things have just been kind of nuts the last couple of weeks. So anyway, but the auctions are going until the 4th. December 4th, and I believe it's at 7 p.m. is when the cutoff is for the auctions. And so there's like 160 of them, and I was just, if you scroll through, they're all awesome. I mean, there are none that I was like, oh wow, you didn't put any effort in that or something like that, They just all look amazing. So big thank you to everybody that participated in the Ornament Challenge. You guys made some really awesome ornaments. And I've been looking through some of the bids and the auctions, and they're already getting like pretty good amounts of bids. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. I'm gonna jump in there probably this weekend, on probably tomorrow. I'll probably scour around, and then I'll probably do a little bit of sniping at the end to try and win some. My two are up there. I forget the numbers, but there's like 162 of them. The way this works is it's over on Facebook, and there's an album set up, and there's one picture for each one of the ornaments. And so what you do is in the comments, you just leave a bid, so let's say that the highest, bid right now is $25. If you want to bid 30, you just say 30, type in 30 in the comment, and then you're the highest bidder. And so this is just going to kind of keep going on until the 4th at 7 p.m. and that's Mountain Standard Time, 7 p.m. So pretty cool stuff. Make sure to, like I said, you always want to wait till the end, but at the same time, I'm probably going to go in there and I got a little bit of a budget, and I'm going to start kind of bidding these things up. One thing that we don't want is just to have it all at the end. So let's try and get these bids, up in the good range so that we can get some lots of good money for Toys for Tots. So let's see here. Let's get you guys the link. I need to do that real quick. So here's the link to that Facebook album. It's over on the Turner's Warehouse Facebook page. And if you forget where it is, you can just head to turnerswarehouse.com. They have a link to the same thing, excuse me, from their website. Let me get a drink. Today I've been sneezing, and I actually tested negative this morning, so that's good. I just have some lingering effects, and I think somebody was asking about Gretchen. Gretchen's doing good. I'm feeling fine, and I've been feeling pretty good for like a week probably. I don't know what happened on the last stream. I'm just I'm not used to talking a lot, I guess. I don't know what's going on. It cost you $6,800. Wow. Well, yeah, you should get in on this one too then. Let's see here. Is there any other questions? Who was here first? I'm curious. Mike McEwen was here, and Kim was right behind him. And Yak's here. What's up? How's it going, man? And who else we got? We've got Paul's here. Nice. And Mark's Creative Turnings. Jennifer's Craft and Creations. Awesome. Awesome. And Kid Cooper's here too. Yeah, hydrate. I don't know what the deal is. I must have like just, the nasal drip thing going on. Who knows? I don't know. But I'm feeling pretty good, so let's go get on the lathe and turn these up. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Now this is going to be like off balance because it wasn't centered pretty bad. So the blank's going to be kind of wobbling around. So I'm going to take it a little bit easy when I first start out because it's going to be kind of like off center. And since you're just kind of scraping, it can be a little rough. I'm not worried about the blank blowing up or anything. This glitter, it shouldn't be any issues or anything. But to be honest, I don't like it when things are super off balance. It just doesn't feel good when you're turning. So take some lighter cuts at the beginning, get everything kind of trued up, and then we'll finish up the turning. So let's switch over to the lathe view. No money left. Well, that's okay. If you can't, I understand, this, especially this year, the economy's messed up and lots of people don't necessarily have a lot of extra cash laying around. But one way that you can help out is if you just share, share the link to that and talk it up, let people know. Tell the folks who have the extra cash to get in there. Get in there. Kevin's here. What's up, man? All right, so let's see here. Got it all ready. That is the cap portion. One of the nice things about this blank also is we don't have to worry or think at all. What's going on? I need to restart my app, I think, because not on the stream, the main stream, on my phone. It was just a black picture. So I was like, wait, hopefully I'm streaming. All right, so we got, what was I going to say? Oh, we don't have to even think about, patterns lining up because it's all just a jumble of glitter. So we don't have to worry about any of that. It's super easy assembly. I like easy. So what's everybody up to today? Anybody doing anything cool? I am super stoked. We got some snow yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think so. No, on Thursday. And we're getting another couple days of snow up in the mountains. You can see how off balance this thing is. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. It's wobbly. I'll just turn it on. Look at how bouncy that is. Wow. Wobble, wobble. Oh man. That's okay though. Not a big deal. Traincation. Nice. All right. Let's get rolling here. All right, so it's pretty much round now. That didn't take a whole lot. Got a few little bumps there, but we got it all trued up. It's looking pretty good. Now, one thing to note, when you're doing these glitter blanks, you're gonna wanna put a CA finish on top. The glitter just doesn't really polish, Once you put that coating on top, it'll brighten right up. And I'll show you guys what I mean by all that when we get closer here. This one should be pretty quick. Healing? What happened? Oh, nice. That sounds really awesome, Kim. Ah, the tattoos. Oh, that's cool. Nice. I don't have any tattoos. I never really had anything that, I don't know, I change my mind a lot, so with things, my interests change. And so I had a feeling that if I would have got a tattoo, I would have regretted it in most cases. Not against them or anything. I just was like, I don't know. I can't make up my mind. Gretchen got a tattoo at our during our wedding, during that week, like right before it, or maybe right after, I forget. And we were in Hawaii for a week, and she didn't think about the fact that she can't get in like hot tubs and stuff. So she was like, that was kind of a bad idea to do that. But her and one of her best friend got them. Actually, I think her mom and her best friend's mom did too, actually. I think they all got them. I was like, that's cool, I'm going to the bar. Alright, that's looking pretty good. I'm going to pull out the... I like to kind of smooth things out with the square tip negative rake. Alright, I think that's probably pretty good. I don't want to play the one more cut game. Alright, so you can see it's kind of dull right now. And I'll show you another shot of it after we get it sanded as well. There we go. Doesn't look super pretty right now, but I promise it will be. I think I might need to go up to 250. Yeah, I'm going to start with 240 grit today on this. I can't... I got all these sandpaper pieces, but I can't read the grit number on any of them. So we'll just start over. 240 grit is actually what it is. Abranet. actually going to do a little bit of extra work here on this end. Got kind of a little bit of a bump right after the bushing, so I just want to kind of smooth that out. There we go, that's looking a lot better. And for the tubes on this, what I used was the silver, like the chrome, technically nickel plated, just in case, you know, these things don't really have a whole lot of, you know, it's just glitter. And so if there's any area where you can kind of see through the glitter, especially on the ends and stuff, the chrome will just make it hide, you know, it won't stick out. Or it's not really chrome, I guess, it's nickel plated, but you know, basically the same thing as chrome looking. I figure painted tubes might stick out a little bit more in this case. Black, probably not, but it may darken the color, possibly. So I just decided nickel plated was the way to go. I can't really see anything, any of the tube anyway right now, but once you get everything polished up, it might have been a little bit more evident. I'm gonna grab some alcohol, wipe this off. Well, I didn't know Rebecca's doing tattoos. That's cool. She's a great artist. Yeah, I think that you're safe on that. Yeah. You never know, though. All right, so this is 400 grit. One thing that's kind of tough on these is it's really hard to see any scratch marks, you know. Frankly, they just may not even show up no matter what anyway, because there's so much stuff going on. But I like to give it a little bit of extra time on each grit just to make sure that I've gotten all as many of the scratches out as possible. But we are going to put a CA finish on, so I'm just going to pretty much finish up here with 400. I'm going to quickly hit it with a 500 little kind of backed pad, just to kind of, I like to use that just to take out any, I don't know if it really changes a whole lot, but it might help a little, you know. So wipe this guy off, and let me find that little pad. Let's see here. Yeah, there it is. And it's just kind of a spongy thing. Just give it a couple seconds with the 500. And another hit of alcohol just to get rid of any dust that might have been on there. We're ready for CA glue. Oh wow, that's cool. 90-year-old grandma. Whew. Let's see, what am I doing here? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to give this a quick jolt of the super thin, just to fill in between any areas. You know, there's a lot of glitter in here, right? And there could be a little crack or something going on here and there that you really can't see, and it's probably not going to hurt anything, but not a bad idea to just, you know, fill anything like that up. So I'm just going to kind of give it a quick dousing. And I'm going to let that dry fully without accelerator, just to kind of let it soak into any, you know, like I said, like micro cracks, let's say. If there are any. But at this point you can see that's looking pretty good already. Alright, so that's all dry. And then I'm going to move to the Mercury Thin Flex. Oh, I got you guys way zoomed in, sorry. Mercury Thin Flex. This is what I like to use for my finishes. Just a kind of a personal preference. I like the viscosity of it. I like the amount of working time you have. And I like the looks of it. There are some that I haven't been too like thrilled with at the end. They you know, some look a little better as the finish once you polish it up. But the nice thing about the flex versions of this, and they have a medium. If you like the medium, you know, viscosity, they have that too. But I like the flex because it's a little bit more resilient. You know, it's not going to crack if anything kind of moves or anything like that. You know, or you drop it, it's not going to shatter. Where normal CA glues can kind of do that. They're a little bit more on the brittle end. So that's a little advantage. I don't know how completely necessary that is or anything, you know, but it is a nice advantage. I didn't really have a whole lot of experience seeing anything like really crack on CA finishes with other glues before I switched over to this, but I've been using this for so long that without any problems, that I would say it's pretty good. But one thing is, you will want to use the accelerator with the thin flex or medium flex. It's meant to be used that way. Hey Dennis, how's it going? Alright, so this doesn't need a lot of coats. You know, like I'll probably put about 4 or 5 on, and then just, the game is, you know, if you can get these on very smoothly, then you're not going to have to do a lot of sanding and you're not going to take much off. So that's the game with CA finishes. How much you put on kind of depends on how much is going to end up getting taken off when you sand it. So, you know, I like to go for, I don't know, somewhere between 5 and 10 on things that are like this, where it's pretty much flat. I mean, there's no major bumps or things to fill, grain. Just doesn't really need a lot of finish, but the glitter really needs a finish over top of it to make it look the best. You really just can't polish this up and expect it to be, you know, really glossy looking. Oh, a dart order, that's cool. I haven't made darts yet. All right, so I'm gonna try. I got one more room for one more on this paper towel. I think. It's too small. New paper towel. I think I'm actually going to do one more after this. All right, I think we should be good now. Hopefully. All right, so let's see if I can swing you guys around. You probably get a little bit better view. Oh, power cords and plugs and things going on here. Got a little bit of a light going on there, but that's looking pretty good. I like that. Pretty happy with that. All right, so I'm going to sand a little bit with 400 grit, very lightly, and not for very long. And then we're going to move into our wet sanding papers. The 400 is just to knock down, you know, any ridges or anything, any bumps, any. One thing to note about these glitter blanks is sometimes you'll have a little kind of chunk of glitter, a little glitter follicle kind of sticking up a little bit, and so that's one thing that you do need to kind of knock those down, smooth things out. But this is pretty smooth. I like to stop and kind of look at the blank, and anything that's kind of glossy, it's not dull, is a low spot. Not too many of them on there. I think I'm going to call that a day with the 400. Might have a few little low spots. One thing you can do is use kind of a higher grit pad. That'll kind of get in there, kind of smooth everything out a little bit. That's looking awesome. Okay, so we can turn the dust collector off now. That's nice. Pull out our wet sanding goodies. Starting with the ShamWow. Not sponsored. Just fun. Okay, so we're going to start with the green Zona paper. No, I don't have the actual glitter on my site. That's at glitterhippo.com. That's where I got this. I wish I did, kind of. If I could find out where to get this type of glitter, I would totally sell it. I don't know who the manufacturer is though. Someday maybe I might be a glitter man. Everybody loves glitter. Okay, move on to the gray one. Already looking pretty glossy, I can tell. You can kind of see the sheen go up every step with these sanding pads. That'll also kind of help you. If you can kind of see a reflection line, you can kind of see it, I don't know, tighten up, get a little brighter, it seems like, once you've kind of gotten each step done. Okay, a little bit of this again. And I'm going to do a little bit of the blue. I don't know that that's fully necessary to go all the way up to the blue even. The magic juice generally takes care of everything once you got into the gray, but definitely would not, if you're going to be using like a plastic polish or something buffing, I wouldn't go above the blue on these pens. Just don't, I think you're just kind of wasting time. That's good. A little bit of that. Okay, we're good to go. It's magic juice, this guy. So that's another nice thing is these things, these glitter blanks are pretty quick. I mean, they're not challenging in any, sense. And once you get the CA finish on, I mean, they just look good. I mean, right now, this is fine right here. That would actually pass for a decent looking pen as it is right now. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that. It'll focus. I mean, that's a decent enough looking pen. Not super glossy, or anything, but I mean, that would make a nice looking pen right there. So just wait till we get the magic juice on this thing. It's gonna pop. Even just on the first round, step one of the magic juice, it's gonna pop. Blow. Missed the glitter hippo. It's just glitterhippo.com. They got all these glitters. Hey, David's here. How's it going? Not by nature. What's up? Looking into another lathe. Any pros and cons with mine? I love mine. I think that I don't know anybody who owns a Laguna lathe that really has anything bad to say about them. I mean, any of them. I really haven't heard any specific, any models, any real negative feedback on them. And I've been really happy with mine. I think they're pretty stand-up lathes. So I have the 2436, which is, I decided, well, two things. I made a deal with Laguna. I did a video for them. And so I got a discount, so that helped. That kind of made my choice easier, but I wanted to kind of go with like the last lathe. I mean, it's a hefty lathe. So the 1836 is pretty much just as capable as this one, except for some size difference, the 18 versus 24 swing. But even like, I don't know what the number is on the one right below that, but there's kind of a newer one that came out. 15 something. I'm gonna go over to my computer real quick and I want to look up. That one's super awesome too. Again, so I mean, honestly, and Chad's got all these. He's a Laguna dealer, and he's got all these lathes in his shop. He's used them, and I mean, he loves them too. So that's kind of heard from him, and I do know quite a few people that have the 18 or the 2436 that love it. So yeah, no bad things that I can say about this lathe. Laguna's been pretty good. Let's see here, I'm gonna look up classic machine. There we go. Lathes. 1524. So I think they have, let's see, yeah, they got the 1216, which is basically, it's kind of a midi hefty mini lathe, and then the 1524 is kind of in the middle. You know, it's not one of the super hefty ones, but I'll tell you what, once you jump up to the 1836, the legs on that thing alone are, I mean, they're just massive. They're super heavy duty. It's the same legs that I'm pretty sure they're the same ones that are on mine. And I mean, I don't know how much each one weighs, each leg, but it's heavy duty stuff. So, you know, yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if that helped or not. Where did I put I lost my step one. Hold on. You have the Nova 1624. I'm not sure which one that one is. I don't know. I tried Nova lathes and I had some issues with 2 in a row. I'm kind of on my last leg with Nova. I mean, I just had to replace the entire electronics package in my Voyager drill press that I just bought from them. I don't know. I haven't really been super thrilled with Nova. The fit and finish on them is kind of junk. I haven't really been super happy with it. So personally, and that's just my own personal experience basically with them, but I love the things that they do. You know, they have so many awesome features, but aside from the motor, they kind of, you know, that's how I feel about them. I don't know. All right, so that's just step one. Check this out. I mean, I got to be honest. You could walk away after step one with this magic juice stuff. That's awesome looking. But we got 5 more steps to go. So it's going to get even more blingy. I can't remember what the 1624 is. Yeah, and I'm not saying that the electronics, because that wasn't the problem that I had on the 2 lathes that I had before. I had the Galaxy lathes. I love like the head rotates, and they do all kinds of cool stuff. I just after what I went through with them on those 2 lathes, and then I mean, this drill press is like 6. I mean, it went, you know, the entire electronics package failed after like 6 months. I'm like, okay. And the thing is expensive, you know, so I'm kind of sitting here going, I really kind of wish I would have just bought the Powermatic. That was the other one I was looking at, but I'm like, oh, the DVR motor's great. Yeah, I don't know, and I don't mean to bag on them, but I just had a string of unfortunate purchases from them. I liked my Comet though, you know, for the price, that thing was amazing. It's the older one. The newer Comets look pretty nice too. For a mini lathe, they beefed them up a lot more than the one I had. A lot more like the Laguna 1216, I think is what that one is. The 2436 has the power speed controller that can move where the 1836 is only. Oh yeah, yeah. You have oh, I gotta unplug this thing. Yeah, let me show you guys what. And I ended up just taking it off. And putting magnets on it, but yeah, there's like a little controller box that's like a remote controller kind of thing, so that, you know, if you're like hollowing at the back end of your lathe or something like that, you can kind of set it up. And they actually have a little thing that will mount it on your. Oh, you guys probably can't even do that. Hold on a minute. Let me just back. I'm showing you stuff. It's not even on the camera. Okay. So it comes with a little mounting plate that fits onto your tailstock. And so it would just sit like this, but I find it was in the way of the cameras, and I don't use it that often, so I just took it apart, put some magnets on it, and I think I put it like kind of on my leg right there. That works pretty good, and I can kind of, that way you have a stop, you know, wherever you're at if you run into problems. But you can also, it's got the, you know, speed, forward, reverse, all that kind of stuff. So it is kind of nice, but I mean, that's one of those things that, I don't know, you know, necessary, not really. But I do use it since I have it. You know, I when I'm doing stuff on the end of the lathe, I'll pull that thing out. One thing to note, you don't, so on the back of the lathe back here, there's a switch that's like you switch from either headstock or remote. And so one thing I do want to mention is that if you switch this switch to remote, then you lose the function of all the headstock controls. These things don't do anything at that point. That's one thing that I think is kind of stupid about their system. I don't know, I guess I don't know if other ones are different, but I would rather have access to the speed controls and on and off and all that stuff on both things at the same time. I don't know if that's just not possible. The one thing is though, the stop button will work on both of them regardless of where the position is on that, you know, the little selector thing. So just a couple notes about that. But it's got, it's, you know, like the 2 speeds, it's got like the low, I don't even change it. I just keep it on the high belt. But if you're turning something massive and you need, you know, more torque, then you can drop it down to a lower gear, basically. Goes up to 3,500 RPMs. What am I doing? I'm talking about lathes. Okay, we're on step 4. Yeah, but I mean, other than that, I think for the most part, though, well, one thing I think that might be different on the 1836 is I think the banjo might actually be a little bit kind of thinner, smaller. I don't know if that really matters at all, but you know, a couple minor differences, but they're pretty similar. I think when I said that it's just like the main difference is really just kind of the you know, like the power. I think you got a bigger motor, I would imagine. I don't know that the 1836 is like, I don't think it's underpowered in any way. I think that motor will handle pretty much anything you throw at it. I need to get some more magic juice. I'm out of number 4, I think. That's weird. Huh. So a little bit of power, a little bit of weight, probably, partly because of the motor and all that. The remote controls, maybe the banjo, I think might be a little bit different, but pretty much the same looking lathe too. Yeah, robust are nice. I think they're a little bit overpriced for what they are, though. They're really good for specific uses. I think bowl turners, that's a good lathe to have for bowl turning. For pen turning, not so much. Neither is this one, though, really. I will say, though, I really like the heavier lathe, even just turning pens. It's just no vibrations. It's smooth. I don't know that, Carl's got a Harvey bandsaw. I don't think he's got a Harvey lathe. He's got a, I think it's the Scout model from, I just went totally blank. Robust. The Scout, I think, is what he's got. That's what the lathe he has in his trailer. I've seen those Harvey, like the T whatevers. Those things are nice. Actually, the big Harvey is very similar to the Laguna, actually. I think it might actually, I think there might be some similarities in parts, or there's something about them, that there's similar something with them. My permanent watch, yeah. there's my tattoo. Kind of funny that it stays even, because I kind of do like a walk, run, workout thing every morning. So regardless of the time of year, so I get me some sun. Gotta get that vitamin D, guys. Gotta get that vitamin D. And my Apple Watch, I love that thing because I can just take the Apple Watch without my phone, and one, it tracks where, you know, my running speeds and all the stuff, the workout, but it also allows you to play music just through your watch. Like, it'll save a playlist or a few playlists. So I have my like kind of workout playlist on my watch. So I just bring my earbuds and Bluetooth earbuds, and they connect to it. Pretty sweet. I love it. Okay, so we are all done, and that thing is looking pretty fabulous. Looking pretty good. Okay, so let's get this guy off of there. Now, let's see if we have any glue. Nope, don't need to take it off that side. Nope. If you don't put a ton of CA glue on, the bush, you're not going to glue your bushings on, but you do have to kind of watch that if you're going to leave the metal bushings, you know, on when you're CA gluing things, or, you know, applying a CA finish. All right, so I got a little bit of polish on the ends, but first thing I want to do, there's probably some CA glue kind of hanging over the edge there, maybe. It could be. So what I like to do is I just take this is what I use pen mandrels for, and I just clean up the end just to make sure there's no excess CA glue kind of hanging over there that would get kind of crumpled when I assemble this, like, you know, get stuck in between the pen component and the blank. Because if you had a little chunk kind of hanging off the top there, what can happen is when you're pressing your parts on, it can crack your whole finish, possibly. It's happened to me before, and there is absolutely nothing worse than assembling. You know, you got it all perfect, you're all done, you're assembling, and you crack your finish. And it's totally avoidable, you know, so look at that. Wow. Blinging. That's blinging. Okay. One down, one to go. Here we go. Okay. Get the guy going here. Yeah, 12 months a year, that's right. That's good. Yeah, you don't want to be, if you're deficient in any of those things, vitamin D, there's a lot of, you know, like I'm just testing to see. I haven't actually been like tested. We don't even have like a primary care doctor, so I just do testing. But I was a little bit worried that I might have been a little low on magnesium, so I was kind of taking some magnesium. Oh, I just dropped my bushing. And I'm dropping these bushings into a little jar of acetone, because there's probably a little bit of CA glue on them. So you just soak them for a little bit. That'll get rid of any CA glue residue, and then they are clean and they're perfect, ready to go for the next time. Where did my cap go? Ready to rock. Okay. Yeah, you got to watch that health. I mean, with things like that, you know, you may as well just keep up on that stuff, preventative stuff. It's much better than after the fact than having to deal with, you know, fix the problem after it's happened. Okay. I think I'm ready. I'm going to hit the dust collector. Turn the speed up. Wow, that one's way out of balance too. I think that one might be worse. All right, guys, question of the day, because we're getting into the holiday season. It's time for what's your favorite holiday movie? So we like to watch, we have a lot of them actually that we kind of watch. We do like Home Alone. We do Mickey's Christmas Carol. That's my favorite Christmas Carol version. One tradition that I have is I end up watching the entire Harry Potter series. It's not exactly a Christmas movie. Home Alone isn't exactly either, really. Debatable. Ah, yeah, Christmas Vacation, that's a good one. That's also one. We've been buying them. A Christmas Story, Polar Express. Scrooged. Yeah, we watched Die Hard also. Actually, the funny thing about that is, actually, I gotta ask you guys. I was listening to there's this alternative rock like weekly show put on by this guy Mark Hoppus. He's one of the guys from Blink 182, and he had a question on his podcast. Do you guys consider Die Hard a Christmas movie? You know, I know a lot of people watch it at Christmas time, but is it a Christmas movie? It's kind of an interesting topic. So let me know about that too, what you think about that. But yeah, we watched that. We started watching that on Christmas Eve. I didn't even realize that was like a thing. And then I heard about it and I was like, yeah, that's great. I'm going to incorporate that into my traditions. So I have two thoughts on is it a Christmas movie? And actually, that guy Mark Hoppus actually kind of convinced me a little bit. Personally, I'm like, whatever everybody does, like if everybody, makes it a Christmas movie, then it is. But Mark Hoppus said, Christmas movies should have like a life lesson, like you should go from like, I don't know, like Scrooge or something like that, where you're like, oh, you learn like the holiday spirit lesson or something like that, and it has none of that in it really. It's just like, did you kill enough bad guys? So I think I kind of agree with that line of thought, but at the same time, I'm like, well, if everybody kind of thinks it's a Christmas movie, then popular opinion, you know. Yippee-ki-yay. Yeah. Yeah. Jim Carrey's Christmas. Oh, actually, we watched the Muppets Christmas Carol. That was a good one. I've never seen the Jim Carrey one. So one that we're going to incorporate this year, it's not really a Christmas movie. Again, it's kind of more like Home Alone kind of. Trading Places. Somebody recommended that to me and I was like, oh yeah. Because, you know, like, I'm cool with watching the same ones here and there, but I don't necessarily need to watch Home Alone every year, you know. Like certain ones kind of trade them off. So I thought, oh, let's toss Trading Places in. Yeah, that's the life. Not like life lessons. I guess that's not really the right way to. It's got to be like a Christmas spirit lesson, you know. Is what how he explained it. I forget. He's a little bit more eloquent with his words than I am. But yeah, it's a pretty good one though. Another one that I think some people might watch, kind of holiday movie, is Gremlins. And I might actually. To be honest, I just haven't seen that movie for a long time, so I think we might just toss that in. Alright, so I think, let's see, got a little material on this end to take off. That one's looking pretty good though. I don't really like the shaping here though. Bring that down a little bit. Get this evened up. That's definitely, huh? Mary Poppins, is that one? Nice. So you watch it multiple times? A year? As many times as you can in December? Okay, I think we'll just do a pass or two with the square. And start sanding and see where we're at here. Yeah, I don't, oh, Elf, yes, Elf. That's definitely. Once a day, wow. Wow. That's dedication right there. Every single day. Yeah, I can't do that. I don't even have enough time to do that. Realistically, even with what we do watch. So like, you know, Christmas Eve, that's fine. But with all the Harry Potter movies, and I mean, we go from like, you know, 1 to like, you know, the newest ones. So that's a lot of movies. I end up watching those kind of after Gretchen goes to bed at night, like late. And then, you know, if we throw in a few other ones, that's why we got to kind of pick and choose. We pick like maybe maybe like 3 of them, 3 different movies that we watch every year, but we try to kind of mix them up, I guess, let's say. All right, so let me find my 240 grit. That must be it. Yeah. There it is. Let's see how it's looking here. A few tool marks. Oh, nice. That's cool. A few tool marks. I'm gonna go back to the tool here. Kind of smooth those out. Alright, I think that might be good with the 240. Just give it a little bit of lengthwise action here. Give it a wipe with some denatured alcohol. And move on to the 400. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, the Charlie Brown Christmas. That one's up there. We used to watch that, like the Charlie Brown things, like every holiday. So like the Thanksgiving one, the Halloween. They have like I think they have a Columbus Day one or something. It was like obscure. It was kind of funny. But yeah, we used to do that. I don't know. We did it so much though that we kind of were like, we don't have to this year, you know. Sometimes. We do have the Charlie Brown Christmas tree though, because we live in a tiny apartment, so there's nowhere to put a tree. So we have that little, like, I don't know if you guys have seen it. You can buy like, I don't know where we got it. It might have actually, my parents might have given it to us as a gift, possibly even. But yeah, it's like this little kind of droopy fake tree. It's hilarious. So we put that up and we like choose a few ornaments to put on it because it can only handle like 3. So those are our ornaments for the year. It's kind of fun. Christmas decorations are super fast for us. 2 stockings and a tree. I think that's it. We have other ones here and there, but we've tried putting like lights up around our windows, and that always turns into a nightmare. And so we don't have any plugs outside, so 2 stockings and a tree, we're good. You just started rewatching the Harry Potters. I love those. The thing is, like, well, I really loved the books. Actually, you know, one little side story. When I had ACL surgery, my sister, I'd never even heard of these things before. And this was probably, I don't know what year this was, probably like 2002, maybe 2001, somewhere in that area. My sister got me the first Harry Potter book when I was recovering, and I was like just stuck in bed for like a week. It was horrible. Couldn't get out, you know, my legs all messed up. And I read the books, and they were just, it like kind of got me through that surgery. Like, it was pretty awesome. So I've liked the books, and they're just good books anyway, you know. So I like the books, and then the movies now, I don't really reread the books. I really like the movies because I love the winter time visuals. That's why I like to watch them kind of during Christmas, is because of the snowy, you know, times in the movies. It's just awesome. And if you ever get to Universal Studios in the, you know, whenever the holiday season is, they do snow, and there's like a whole winter thing at Universal Studios in the Hogwarts area. It's so cool. Okay, so I think we're ready. What am I doing here? I do not need a tool rest. I do need the wet sanding stuff. Yeah, I've listened to them on Audible too. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, like I said, I'm kind of, at this point, I'm kind of more like the movie. I like the movies, but the books have so much more stuff in them, you know. No, I need to do, what am I doing? I'm talking about movies, not thinking about what I'm doing. Okay, we're going to put a CA finish on this thing now. That's the game plan. Following steps, guys. That's what I'm doing here. Okay, so again, I'm going to hit it with some thin CA real quick. Just like I said, just to fill in any little cracks or anything that might be going on. More of like a insurance policy, let's say. We'll let that dry on its own. And we're going to come back and do the finish with the thin flex. Okay, that's nice and cured up. And like I said, it may be a little bit kind of rough feeling. Like you may feel some little glitter things protruding when you're doing these if you've never done them before. It's not a big deal. You know, you'll just get your finish on and you'll knock it all back down. If there's something like massive hanging off or, you know, whatever, you might want to do a little. One thing that you can do is hit it with that thin CA and then come back. That'll stiffen up any little glitter things that are sticking off the thing, and then you can sand them off smooth. So if you have to, that is something that you can do. If for some reason that after the sanding it's not smooth in some areas, that can fix it. Okay, so we got one on. 2. Why is the trash can so far away? Let's bring that in. Three. Okay. There's 4. And 5. I think I'm going to put probably 1 more on. All right, now we can do some wet sanding. Well, first I'm going to knock it down with the 400. Smooth any ridges out real quick. Let's see. I'm going to take a look at this. That's looking pretty good. There is one little kind of crusty bump thing going on, but that should knock off real quick with the 400. I'm going to turn the dust collector back on so that I'm not breathing this stuff. Yeah, I've heard good things about Glue Boost. It's pretty expensive though, and I get pretty good results with the one I use, so I haven't tried it. If for some reason I end up with it for free somehow, I might try it out. I don't know. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. I'm just going to hit this with some 500 just to smooth out any low spots. And now we can do some wet sanding. There we go. You fail. Oh no. Well, sleep tight, Kim. Thanks for joining the fun tonight. So Glue Boost is just CA glue, isn't it? It's just a different one. Different like formula somehow. All right, we got our green done. gray done, and final step, we'll do some blue. And we'll do the magic juice and we'll be good to go. So we finished up Stranger Things. I thought it was like the end of the show, and like it didn't end. And I was like, oh. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be a 5th season, just in case anybody didn't realize that. Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I don't know why I thought I heard that this was the last season of it, but it was pretty good. I was like, wow. And then we just finished up Andor. Now we're going to have to go find some other stuff to watch. I don't know what to watch. All right. Step 1. Yeah, I've seen it in the like luthier trades a lot also. But I think it's just CA glue. It's just got like kind of a different application time, I think. All right, step 1 is done. Moving on to 2. Wednesday, huh? Not particularly a fan of the Addams Family. You know, like I'm indifferent about it. Let's say. I might check that out. Actually, the one that Gretchen brought up, there's I think, is it Amelia Holmes? I don't know the name now. It's like a Sherlock Holmes. It actually has the girl from Stranger Things in it. And Gretchen's been wanting to watch that. We'll probably check that out. I like Sherlock Holmes stuff, so hopefully it's good. I don't know. I haven't really seen, I don't know what it's really fully about. Step 3, Enola, that's right. Yeah. I've also been watching all the Star Wars movies again. Those are always fun. Those are kind of like, I kind of think of those as Christmas movies because I think it's Christmas. Like I just remember when I was a kid, it just seemed like there was always Star Wars movies on during Christmas time. Is that right? Like it was like a marathon, like on TBS or whatever channel, you know. I swear that it was, I think it was, I don't know, it's some holiday time. So it would either be, and I'm thinking of it at my grandma's house, like it's either Thanksgiving, Christmas, or like 4th of July or something like that. That I'm thinking of that they would just play it and play it and play it. I think it's Christmas. They used to. But we came back from Disneyland, and that kind of invigorated me, the whole Star Wars land. Let's see, I need another piece of that stuff. Okay, so final step. This thing's already, I can see it's glossy. The boys. Yeah, Vikings was cool. I like that. We watched that for a little bit. Kind of surprising. I don't think we finished it though. Because that's over, right, Vikings? I'm not sure if we actually finished it out or not. Okay. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. Oh, one plug's out. I don't know if you can see that very well from there, but I'll hold it up in a sec. Yeah, that's looking good. I think this is going to be a pretty cool pen. Let's see if our bushings, yep, the bushings popped off, at least one. Oh, that one's a little bit stuck. Although, no, the tube was a little bit tight. Oh, it wasn't stuck. And then we'll do our clear off the ends, square them back up, and get rid of any excess CA glue material. And that's just a piece of, I think it's 240 grit. I'm going to scoot this back on. I think it's 240. And literally a hole punch will fit a 7mm mandrel thing. I don't know what exactly this is, but somewhere around 7, whatever. It's a pen mandrel. Just a regular hole punch. Okay. Got our blanks. I'm going to put the magic juice away. I'm going to dunk those bushings in the acetone. Get those things cleaned up. And let's see, I'm going to hold up that blank for you guys also over there. Let's clear some of this stuff out so that we can see what we're doing here. Get the assembly area set up. Okay. Here's this one. Looking pretty good. I'm digging it. Hope it goes good with the antique brass kit. I think it's going to be cool though. The ShamWow, I'm telling you, ShamWow is where it's at. Not sponsored, hashtag. Where are we at here? There we go. Overhead view. I'm going to get a drink real quick. Okay. I think I'll put some gloves on too, so I don't get my dirty mitts all over these blanks. They're so glossy. You know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta hydrate. It's pretty dry around here lately. Okay, so let's see. I gotta double check and make sure I have this right. Yep. Okay. Like I said, there's no lining up or anything that has to happen here. So, and I mean, you don't even have to line up the clip really, unless there was like a flaw or something. So it's just a matter of plug and play. Like I said, I got the kit. Oops, that's not how you do it. The kit is linked in the description, as well as all the other goodies and things that I used. There we go. And one thing that's nice is these are pretty easy to switch out if you want, you know, a fountain pen versus the roller ball. Oh, that seemed a little bit too easy. Yep. All right, so I can pull that apart. I'm going to put a little bit of CA glue on that just to make sure it doesn't come apart. Let's see here. I think I'm just going to use the. Maybe I'll try this one. Medium thick. Let me get one of those little tips out. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of CA glue. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing, but this is a medium thick. I don't know. I just wanted something that wasn't gonna run all over the place. And you just need like a dot or two, you know. Not much. I'll press it in. Okay, now we don't have to worry about that thing falling out or anything. There we go. Forgot to put the ink in. Ah, it looks pretty good, I think. What do you guys think about that? I don't know. Do you think silver would have looked any better? Or like just a regular gold? I think it looks pretty good. Regular gold might have been a little better. I don't know. I One thing that I'm going to do real quick before we move on, I'm going to put a little bit of paste wax on the threads. I do this on all my kits, and you really, as far as I can tell, you only have to do this like once. That's all it really takes. But those threads can be squeaky. I don't know if you heard that, but I mean, listen to this. Try and get it by the... That's horrible. I don't want to listen to that ever. So I always put a little bit of paste wax on the threads. And like I said, it as far as I can tell, I do this once, and I've never had to like reapply it or anything on any of the pens that I own. You know, that I'm using. I just a little bit of that, and then now it's all smooth, no squeaking. And I'm also going to do that actually on the bottom, I don't know what you call that part, this part, because it squeaks too usually. And I'm just using regular, paste wax, whatever, min wax. I don't think it matters what you use. Frankly, in a pinch on like, sales, like orders, I fulfill orders. I do like shipping at home, and so it's not like I got a can of paste wax sitting there or my workshop. It's 30 minutes away from my house. And so in a pinch, I've actually just pulled out a candle and just kind of rubbed the candle on the threads on a pen that I was, I had sold and I was packing up to ship out. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this thing. I think it looks pretty good. Let me get under the camera here. I love the glitter. Who loves the glitter? Everybody loves the glitter. The wife said silver. Yeah. I usually go for silver too, but what did we made something that had, what did we make? Something that I used gold, and I was like, yeah, that was the right. It was like hands down. Oh, it was on the candy cane. That's right. On this one, I think the gold was the key. That was like clutch. Maybe like regular gold might be a little better. I don't know. I mean, I like this. There's nothing wrong with the brass. I'm just wondering what you guys think. All right, so there we go. Got a nice fancy pen for the holidays. So I haven't gotten the pictures or the listing up for these guys, these blanks. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to put, oh, my mouse isn't working. So what I was going to do was the mixed color ones was what I had planned to put in the subscription boxes. But there's only, let's see, 2, 4, 6, there's only 7 of these. So these are going in the subscription boxes plus 3 more. So we have 3 extras, and I'll probably get a listing up this weekend sometime. And there's only going to be 3 of them available, but if anybody wants to grab one of these like I did on the stream tonight, one will be available. The rest are going to the subscribers though. So pretty cool. Oh, a black kit, that would be cool. Tim, you just made it, just for the very end. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see the pen? Here's the pen finished up. Really tough with the camera like backwards. Hard for me to get on the camera. I'm pretty happy with it. The glitter's looking blingy. Everything's looking pretty cool on it. I like it. So, there are the results. Shut up and take my money. Which one? Do you want this one? Or the other one that I just showed? Let me know. Shoot me a message just to make sure. So, okay, Brian's got a question. TBC bushings. I know the B side of Illuminate got crusty, but the epoxy side, yeah. let's find out. Let me put some of this stuff away, this pen and all this stuff. Let me get the junk out of the way. Oh, I just dropped it. Perfectly good set of tubes in the trash. Hold on real quick and I'll pull out. I'm pretty sure, I think part B on, I don't know if I have any liquid diamonds on hand, but I want to say that part B with liquid diamonds does that, and I got the, yeah, I don't have any liquid diamonds. I do have some deep pour. It's not, I don't know if that's crusty or not. That's not very. Some of them definitely do, and I think it's the hardener. So part A and part B could be. That's not a good way to explain it, but the hardener part I think is what gets crusty on epoxies. I think it's pretty prevalent. So let me move this stuff and I'll show you. Let me just get this out of the way. Let me put it where it goes. All right, so this is Clearcast Plus. That's fine. This is the part A, which I think is the resin. I wish they would say. I'm pretty sure that's the resin part. Oh, the part B is not too bad either, really. I don't know. Definitely the hardener part on liquid diamonds, that stuff gets crusty. So I think it just kind of depends. You might want to talk to the folks that use Total Boat as well to find out. I've never used that before. Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was a pretty simple one. These glitter blanks turn great. There's usually no problems or anything like that. The one thing is if you're going to turn a glitter pen, and I would say it doesn't even matter if it's this kind of tinsel glitter stuff or if it's like the smaller glitter or even like the shapes glitter, like the puzzle pieces or these leaves. No matter what kind of glitter stuff, I would recommend putting a CA finish on top. There's no way to really, those things don't polish. You can't sand it and polish it up. So you want to put a clear coat on top, and then it'll make the glitter, because it'll look like you could polish it up, and even hit it with magic juice, and it's just going to look dull. But the minute that you put a CA finish on top of this type of stuff, it'll be like, boom in your face. So that's the only trick I would say. So pretty cool. The glitter one, nice. Okay, yeah, I can get you an invoice, no problem. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Yeah, the plugs are perfect. So Alumilite sent me different jugs. I asked them if they would send some new gallon jugs out, and they sent one that didn't even have a label on it, which I didn't understand that totally. But they sent me a different cap, and I don't know if they're changing them or what. So I thought, let me just see how this goes. I'm pretty sure it's going to get crusty, and I'm going to switch to my plug. But the other thing is my plugs are actually on my bottles anyway. But yeah, they help a lot. The plugs are great. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining the fun tonight. I'm trying to think. Oh, so one more plug for the Ornament Challenge auctions. They're going on right now. There's a link to it. So the way that these work, you're going to go to Facebook, and they have an album with a picture of every one of the ornaments that got entered. And then to bid on them, you just go down to the comments and enter your bid, however much that is. But make sure to read the comments so that you know what the high bid is, the current high. That way you can, your bid isn't just a wasted comment, So there's a ton of, I think there's like 165 ornaments. Is that right? I'm not sure if Chad's still here or not, but there's over 160 ornaments, and they're all amazing. So make sure to, even if you don't have extra money to bid or anything like that, go and check them out. Even leave a comment, say that, you did a good job if you, liked one or whatever. But make sure to, even if you can't bid on it, try and spread the word about it and share that link. That way, we can get as many people as possible in bidding on these things. And these ornaments can find, good homes, and we can, raise some good money for Toys for Tots. So the whole thing ends on the 4th at, I'm pretty sure this is correct. So on December 4th at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Pacific. No, not Pacific. Sorry. 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's when it ends. So the December 4th at 7 p.m. That's when the bidding ends. They're going to close it out. So, head over there, throw some bids out, try and get some of these prices up before the big, ending sniping goes on. But hopefully you guys can bid on some, and hopefully you'll win some. I'm definitely going to get it. I'm probably going to do, I'm going to wait till tomorrow. And then get in on it and kind of, bid around on a few of these different ones. I kind of already have a budget laid out, so I'm going to start kind of sprinkling some bids here and there, and then I'm going to try and kind of snipe in on the 4th and see if I can win a few of them. So it should be pretty cool. And again, thank you to Turner's Warehouse for setting that up. It's a really good, awesome, event every year. They've made it better and bigger and better every year. And really, the folks that are making these ornaments, I mean, they're just amazing. Everybody's made beautiful ornaments, so go and check those things out. So anyway, guys, I think that's about it for this one. It was fun turning this up. I love these glitter, blanks and making glitter pens. Any color, they all look pretty good. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for joining the fun tonight. And then I guess I'll see you on the next live stream. So we'll be back in action on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. It should be pretty fun. I know some of those, some of those ornaments are ridiculous. Somebody put, Chad bid on one that had, I forget how many segments. It was like the faux basket illusion thing. An ornament, I want to say that it's, it's like what you think of like a ball size ornament, And I think it had like 1,500 segments or something like that. I don't think he glued it together or anything. It was like the basket illusion thing, but he like painted all these little, squares. Oh my God, it was crazy. So anyway, yeah, go check him out. So again, guys, have a good night tonight. Thanks for joining the fun, and I will see you guys on the next stream.